everybody, and welcome to Poland Daily Travel. I'm Will Richardson, your host, and with me today from Odessa is the journalist Siergiej Panaszczuk. We're going to be talking about frontline travel, something I'm very curious about, and Siergiej knows, well, a lot more than I know or you know. And there he is. Siergiej, how are you?
Hi, Will. Thank you for spelling my surname correctly. I know it was hard.
I practiced, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good actually. There haven't been any attacks today, so keeping up a good spirit and good mood.
Yeah, what's it like living in Odessa? I mean, let me just, before you answer that, let me just briefly say I've been to Ukraine myself about 36 times since 2005. I know people there. I know the country a bit. I mean, I've been to Odessa, for example, which is why I'm really excited to talk to you. But what's it like living in Odessa during this time? And then we'll start with that, and we'll talk about lead into traveling on the front line, which is basically our subject. Go ahead.
Well, it's a quite interesting question. It's probably it's the question that we are asking ourselves every day. Odessa is a comedy capital of Ukraine. It used to be a comedy capital of Soviet Union, and every time like you go somewhere to any other place and people like, oh, you're from Odessa, then you definitely have some jokes. Just tell me something funny. And 1 year ago, I was also guest on another British talk show, and I said that because we are so funny, people in Odessa, that we are now playing Russian roulette, which means that we don't know if we are going to wake up or not, and that's exactly the case right now. Like few weeks ago, as you know, Odessa was hit really badly with the Russian missiles, and the city center was damaged, and the main cathedral, which actually Russian church cathedral, was hit by a rocket. And I was like 800 meters from the cathedral being hit. It was around after the midnight, and I heard a few booms, maybe around a dozen. And when the cathedral was hit, it sounded like it's actually my house was hit. So I wasn't sure if I'm dead or alive, because it was so. The explosion was enormous, and everything was shaken. And the difference between between then and now, I mean, living in this these days and before the war, is huge, of course. It is huge. Sometimes we are able to forget about the war when there are no shellings, when there are no air raid alerts, and it looks like a normal, quite normal life. People keep on smiling, sitting in the restaurants, going, working.
You go about normal life, even though the situation's extreme, about as extreme as it can be, apart from direct ground attack, for example, or artillery attack. What kind of missile was it that it hit the church? Was it a cruise missile, or?
Yes, it's a cruise missile. It was. I don't remember what kind was it. I think it was either Kinjal or Onyx, because there are different versions.
Yeah, it was a large missile at any rate, and and a direct hit on the church. This was famous worldwide. Yeah. You're from Odessa, and obviously it's very difficult to have your city under fire. Do you think about how do you deal with it? You think about the good old days, or do you try to keep going by doing as much the ordinary things of life as you can keep up with?
I don't. Yeah, yeah. I don't think I'm. Actually, I don't think about the good old days. I'm just thinking about the current reality. And when this happened, the cathedral shelling, I woke up in the morning when I had like just a few hours of sleep because there were a number of attacks even after the cathedral was hit. I walked through the city center and it was really really shocking. People was crying. Lots of people were crying because I mean this is our life, you know. It's our beloved city. It's the downtown. In the very downtown, a lots of windows were cracked in the shops.
Yeah, parts of we're going to have to end here, but parts of your city are disappearing before your eyes. That is the part that's difficult to deal with, not to mention the emotional and even physical damage to people that come from these bombardments. Yeah, I just want to mention, as we finish this episode with Siergiej Panaszczuk, we'll be back with another one tomorrow night. Siergiej is one of the people behind Save Ukraine Media, Save UA Media, which is about saving media jobs and surviving the war at the same time, which we just heard about as a beginning. See you tomorrow night. More from Odessa with Siergiej.